before we get started to just find a moment of inner peace for ourselves. There'll be times in the future where we have to maybe pray for peace, and a lot of that, begins with ourselves. So I just want to take a moment of silence and just close your eyes and center before we start. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Treasure Coast Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Stuart, Florida. Today is Sunday, June 22nd, 2025. My name is Jim Rose, and I'm your worship associate today. We are a welcoming people of all genders, identities, ethnicities, and backgrounds, recognizing the inherent worth and dignity of every person. We're on YouTube. For access to the YouTube link, or to be put on our email list, you can find information by Googling tcuuc.com to find our website. Now, please take a moment to silence your cell phones, if you would. We'd like to welcome any visitors that might be here for the first time or maybe the second time to step up to the microphone and introduce yourself, if you would. Okay. We have a few announcements. You can see the printed bulletin for all of them, or the website shows pretty much everything that's going on. On the first and third Tuesdays of the month at Poppleton Creek Park at noon is Brown Bag Lunch, and that's down the street. It's continuing through the summer, so feel free to come and join that. Today is the last day to make your gift donation to the UU Service Committee for St. Louis Disaster Relief. Please note your donation St. Louis on the check if you're using that way. And yes, you can drop it in the collection basket today, and Jenny's going to send those out on Monday. Today is post-election support group, I believe. Cindy usually runs it, and if it is occurring, it'll be occurring here after coffee today. And next Sunday is our last Sunday service here in the sanctuary. We'll be moving over to Heston Hall for all of July and August. Bob and other members will be presenting talk topics, which include discussions of each of the 7 principles each week, with some fun music performances mixed in. So we'll have a casual services there for the next couple of months, starting in July. We'll have coffee and cookies in our social hall after the service. And a big thank you to those who helped with the program today. Judy Pajaris on piano and accompanying the choir, and John Moore on guitar. And for the postlude today, which closes out our service, we'll be treated to a special solo performance by Carolyn Haken, who will be singing Blown in the Wind for us. So we look forward to that. Our music program is evolving, and we are grateful for everyone who's participating in it. Our greeters today are Janet Grout and Shari Louise. Our tech team is Karina Poloni, and a lot of other people that were here today getting things set. If you have any comments about volume or clarity or anything, feel free to voice them to Karina. Thanks, Karina. We welcome back today John Brown, who's in our pulpit. It's always a pleasure to work with John. He's a cherished regular guest minister here at TCUUC and always brings a compelling, relevant message. John holds a doctorate in religion from Claremont School of Theology in California. He's a ministerial affiliate at Vero Beach UU congregation, where he facilitates groups, does congregate visitations, and steps in for Sunday services. Thank you, John. We always like having you and look forward to your sermon today. Thank you. And our prelude today is a pre-recorded instrumental piece titled A Slight Chance of Showers, written and recorded by our own John Moore. So please sit back and enjoy our prelude. Thank you, John. That was refreshing and beautiful. Thank you very much. Our chalice lighting. As we light this flame at this time of summer solstice, this flame, our own small source of association with the seasonal nearness of the stars, the same stars used for celestial navigations by ancestors to bring us to the place we are today. We celebrate the nearness of the stars with this melodic poem by Carl Sandburg. Bend low again, night of summer stars. So near you are, sky of summer stars. So near, our long arms can pick off stars. Pick off what we want in the sky bowl. So near you are, summer stars. So near, strumming, strumming, so lazy and humdrumming. And now our opening words. The theme today, for today's sermon, is the gift of being in the present moment. As we so often see, a newborn child void of any conscious history and not yet able to be consumed by a worried future, experiences life solely in the present moment. As adults, how can we ever get back to this simple state of awareness, which we all need to do from time to time? I performed a simple "I feel lucky" Google search and was directed to the owner's operating manual of the Microsoft computer. It reads, you can reset your PC to the original factory default settings to fix problems and improve performance. Although we deliver a reliable operating system, you can encounter many problems over time. You may have issues with starting up or shutting down, excessive memory usage, battery draining too quickly, among other issues. And when any of this happens, resetting to original factory settings will always come in handy. If you experience persistent performance issues, your computer has various recovery options to remove files that may contain bloatware, corrupted files, and settings you don't need. This guide will walk you through how to reset your computer to its original factory settings without erasing everything on your computer. Step 1, open Settings. Step 2, click on Reset to Factory Settings. Click on Update and drop down to Keep Personal Documents, Photos, Music, and Videos. Are you sure you want to reset to factory settings? Step 4, click on Yes, Restart Now. After the restart completes, you will be returned to your original factory settings. You still need to check for updates from time to time, or you'll be alerted, and be selective when reinstalling certain apps. And that's what it said. It's now time for our opening hymn, which is number 38, Morning Has Broken. We'll sing all 3 verses. Please stand if you're able to sing, and that's hymn number 38, Morning Has Broken.
Has broken like the first morning, blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for the stringing, fresh from the bird. Praise the sun lit from heaven, like the first dew fall on the first grass. Praise for the sweetness of a wet morning, strong in completeness, where God's word passed. Mine is the sunlight, mine is the morning, born of the one light,
Let us recite our affirmation, speaking the first verse and singing the second. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. From all that dwell beneath the skies, let faith and hope and love arise. Let beauty, truth, and good be sung. Every land by every tongue. Amen.
And now for our responsive reading. I will do the opening and then you'll join with me. We will do it in an antiphonal way, so we will be answering back and forth. I will be reading The Legacy of Caring with You. Despair is my private pain, born from what I have failed to say, failed to do, failed to overcome. Be still, my inner self. Let me rise to let me reach down into your pain and soothe you. I turn to you to renew my life. I turn to the world, the streets of the city, the warm tapestries of brokerage firms, drug dealers, private estates, personal things in the bag of ladies' cart. Rage and pain in the faces that turn from me, afraid of their own inner worlds. This common world I love and renew as a life of their riches. Refuse to surrender their humanity and their own healing world courses through my veins. From within the world, my despair is transformed to hope, and I begin anew the legacy of caring.
It's time for our joys and sorrows. Jay's going to move our stones today. So please step up to the microphone to speak. Tell us your first name and move a stone in the symbolic river of life to mark each joy and sorrow. Please try to keep it brief and personal.
First is a joy, which is that Aunt Kelly is here. Many of you met her last time. She's here for another week. And we love having her come to visit. And a fun fact that you may not know from the conversations with her, when I was a teenager, my parents got divorced. And to my brother-in-law, Kelly was bonus mom. So she's had a big impact on our lives, and we love having her visit us here. And even not quite as important as she's also Jim's knitting coach. I have a sorrow too. I don't know how many of you are fans of Betty White or the Golden Girls, but Betty White had this saying, which many of you have probably heard. I'm going to paraphrase here, but it's basically that what we have in common is that we will all pass, and what we have in common is that we, as much as we think we might, we really don't know what happens after that. At least that was her. So in her family, what they would always say is that when someone died,
Jay. Oh, Pam.
Hey, Pam.
It is my great joy to have been at 6 degrees of separation with several members of this church. If you were there last night, raise your hand. And the night before. And starring, has to be starring Joe Giancarlo. It was great, but I want to say that it takes courage to step in front of an audience, to remember all of those lines, and to give of yourself back to the community. And he was great. So I urge you all to go to the theater in Port St. Lucie and watch these shows and also see the joy of the actors as they remember their lines and give those lines to us.
And I think tonight is the closing night of that show. Is that right? Yeah. Janet?
Yep, I'm Janet Grote. My greeting sidekicks are not here today. David Gray is going to have a hernia surgery, maybe from cleaning out that big old closet.
He didn't carry a lot of stuff.
And Judith Watts not feeling up to it either. And our fearless leader, Tia Breedings, on the meds for infections. What? Antibiotics? Yes.
Good morning. My name is Jackie Buckley. I just wanted to say, I hope she doesn't mind me sharing that Cindy Summers isn't with us because she's not feeling well today. So she can't lead the post-election support group, but we will be meeting kind of in her honor here after the service. And if she's watching, we're thinking of you, Cindy. Take care.
Thank you.
Good morning, I'm Becky, and I want to thank you all for keeping my two sister-in-laws in your thoughts and prayers. As an update, I have a concern. Gail is actually getting her biopsy results this afternoon, which is not good when a physician calls you in on a Sunday. So please keep her in your thoughts. But I have a joy, my sister-in-law with the brain cyst and hydrocephalus, in just over a week now, major surgery. She's miraculous. Her aphasia is virtually gone, and she's doing fantastic. So thank you again for keeping us in your thoughts and prayers.
And for those joys and sorrows too private to share, know that our hearts are with you. Thank you, Jane.
For some of you who may not be aware, but yesterday afternoon, the United States brought some warplanes to Iran and struck 3 nuclear sites. My hope is that this will not lead to a state of war. My hope also is that we will continue to trust that there will be peace, and we will work as individuals who are members and friends of the Unitarian Fellowship towards peace. The meditation certainly touches on that theme. It was written by Laurelyn Bellamy. If here you have found freedom, take it with you into the world. If you have found comfort, go and share it with others. If you have dreamed dreams, help one another that they may come true. If you have known love, give some back to a bruised and certainly to a hurting world. Go in peace. May we now have a time of silence.
It's time for Spirit of Life. Please join in for hymn 123, Spirit of Life. We're joined by the choir. We'll hum through one time and then sing. It's time for our offertory. Would two volunteer ushers please come forward? Here we are. How perky. Good, good. Remember, this is the last Sunday for collecting gifts for St. Louis and our offertory words. With these gifts, which we freely give and gratefully receive, we say yes to the values of our faith as Unitarians.
Thank you, Judy, and those who collected our offering this morning, and Jim, who is leading our worship at this time. It is very nice to be with you again, and I wish you the very best this summer. I will return in the fall, and it's been wonderful preaching, being with you, sharing in this wonderful time of fellowship. There are many voices, there is no doubt, telling us how to live and what to say and where to go. And with these voices come emotional responses, a variety of emotional responses, often suggesting that, well, you're not well, you're not eating properly. Many voices are saying you're driving too quickly. You're being dangerous on our highway. And other voices, though, are stating you're doing a good job, but it could be a little bit better. Nice to have you here. You're doing well. And I believe that we have ways of addressing these internal and external voices that we often hear. Fortunately, in this denomination, we have principles that serve as guidelines for each and every one of us. We have 7 principles, and you'll be talking about the 8th principle, I venture to say, this summer, that really are helpful in guiding us, providing direction, giving us support, and certainly tell us that we are of value. These principles and sources of faith form the foundation of our religious community. They offer us direct experiences of transcending mystery and wonder, affirming all in all the cultures, moving us towards spiritual renewal and openness to life forces. They include words and deeds from prophetic figures, challenging each and every one of us to confront evil with justice, compassion, and transformative love. Wisdom from world religions inspiring our ethical and spiritual lives, and humanist teachings advising us to follow reason and scientific results. This morning, I would like to apply these insights to a gift we all have. It's been given to each and every one of us. It is the gift of the present. There once was a beggar who had been sitting by the side of the road for over 30 years. And one day a stranger walked by. "Spare some change," mumbled the beggar mechanically, holding out his old baseball cap. "I have nothing to give you," said the stranger. And then he asked, "What is that you're sitting on?" "Oh, just an old box, which I've been sitting on for a long, long time." "Ever looked inside?" asked the stranger. "No," said the beggar. "What's the point? There's nothing in there." "Have a look inside," he insisted. And the beggar managed to pry open the lid. And with astonishment, disbelief, and elation, he saw that the box was filled with gold. Right now, I am really saying to each and to every one of you, look inside, not inside any box as in the parable, but somewhere deeper, and that deep place is within yourself. And do it right now and observe a gift called the present, for it is very important. It is of tremendous value. Do you see the treasures within each and every one of you? Do you see the strength within yourself and perhaps deep, unshakable peace which passes all understanding that is now found in the here and the now? And because of these treasures, do you have elements of pleasure from validation, security, or love within yourself? Well, we have the freedom to be present in the fleeting moments of time, which is my first point. I would like you to participate now in an exercise, but keep in mind that this exercise is optional. You're not required to do it. So right now, with your feet, would you press against the floor of the area under your chair? Just press. Now you may close your eyes if you want to as we do this exercise, or you may focus on something near you or in front of you. Simply press with your feet so as to feel now grounded in the present. Now take some deep breaths. Take them on your own for a few moments. If there are any muscles that are tight within you, allow those muscles to be released. Let go of the past. If you have a recurring thought or an image, imagine a stream right beside you and there's some birch bark and you have a magic pen and you could write down the concern that you have. Place it on the birch bark and put that piece of birch bark in the stream and let it float to the bottom of the stream. And when the service is over, you may take that birch bark out of the stream and think about it or work on that particular issue. Now soak in the beauty of this time of worship, this congregation, and allow the peace or a calm spirit to quiet your life. Do that for a few moments right now. And now let's be more structured with our breaths. Take 5 deep breaths. As you breathe in the present moment, and exhale any tensions or stresses in your life. And now take in love of self and release the pent-up concerns. Take in the word peace and reconciliation. Take in the word hope and love. Release any of the tensions or stressors or worries about the tomorrows. And do this for about 2 minutes, and I will be the timekeeper. Now remember that your mind and body have recorded this time of relaxation, this opportunity to be in the present, and slowly but surely return to this time of worship, perhaps by opening your eyes, by perhaps focusing in this time of togetherness. In this demanding, frenetic lifestyle, we don't stop sufficiently to be within the present moment. And now, with your eyes open, look around at the present and celebrate that. We become like leaves too easily and quickly caught up in life's currents. And these currents toss and they turn us. And if we're not careful, we allow them to add unrealistic demands and stresses and strains and worries of our life. And when we perceive life in this manner, do we become victims to the agendas of others, perhaps blocking the small stillness of peace and tranquility, which is available, yes, to each and every one of us? Often, we all have the option to freely grow each moment of our lives through the indescribable times of happiness, meaning, and compassion for others. Freedom is the mother of all values. Let me say that again. Freedom is the mother of all values. We are free to be loved and to give love in the present. We are free to be present with a significant other, including our friends. We are free to be open and caring of even the stranger. A writer once said, "For love can take concrete shape only in freedom. Or in the present, we pursue the option to withdraw, shutting ourselves up, denying, and stultifying our growth. And yet we have the freedom, each and every one of us have the freedom to be stuck in the past, which is my second point. We are given the freedom to engage in what is called negative analysis paralysis of our faults, our mistakes, our fears. So often we tell others and sometimes ourselves how big the storms are in actually our lives. For example, we may be experiencing the storm of financial dis-ease or uneasiness. Perhaps we are affected in some way to what is happening by the leaders within the nation. Perhaps not. Perhaps we are affected by those who are around us, who are saying various words to us. I have found in life, though, it is really an emotional roller coaster. And I've asked myself again and again, will these fears or anxieties finally pass? And I'm thankful to say that eventually they do. When we examine the past, we can become stuck in the yesterdays and the fears. And if we're not conscious that we are saddled by the fears, the present can often be the storage of our past fears, and those fears can intensify any storm. Fear is the enemy of learning. It gives ignorance its power. Shakespeare was right. Our doubts are traitors and make us lose the good we often might win by fearing to attempt. To say I can't change or the circumstances will be the same is operating in the belief that what was and will be world without end. And that mindset is a costly approach to life. We need to find ways of letting go of the painful past so that we can be liberated for the present. We need to be open to the possibilities and to look at the future with a sense of optimism. The truth of the matter is we need to find ways of telling our storms how big we really are, and we really are bigger than the storms we all face. So my third point is in the form of a question. How do we experience the present? We need to believe that we are accepting of ourselves and are really of infinite value in spite of all our successes or even our failures. And we need to realize that a childlike view of the world is really a very helpful approach. The historical Jesus once said of children, "Truly I tell you, unless you change and become like children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Whoever becomes humble like this child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. Whoever welcomes one such child in my name welcomes me." Children really are our teachers, aren't they? They teach us about being present, about not getting hung up in the yesterdays. To be like a child often means to be open to the present, not to contaminate each moment with the past. Instead, we are to look and discover the presence of the here and now in each moment, each person we meet, and each event. And that takes patience. It takes really practice as well. Staying present remains the essential factor, as often is with children. Zen Buddhists speak of the beginner's mind, which is something we need to have. Emotional oneness and lack of guile qualify you for living in the present. Thomas More, the author of the book Care of the Soul and Writing in the Sand, tells of a story of how a child looks at the world. He writes, "One of the most tender memories as a father was the day my 6-year-old daughter came to me with a thick telephone book and asked me to look up orphanages in our area. She wanted to visit one and make sure the children were safe and happy. This is a child's view of the world, innocent, compassionate, and free of the world. Children are also self-absorbed and difficult at times, as we were when we were little children, and we know of the children who are around us or grandchildren. But one thing that is true I have found always with children and grandchildren and our great-grandchildren is that they have an open heart. And is it an open heart found in the present? Well, it is. And we need to experience their open heart. And hopefully we affirm the sacred gift that they have. And that is the gift that they celebrate and acknowledge the present. We are given the opportunity to look with the anticipation to a future filled with promise and certainly with hopes. In closing, keep in mind that when you surrender to what is and so become fully present, the past seems to have any power. The realm of being which has been obscured by the mind then opens up. And suddenly a great stillness arises within you, and perhaps an unfathomable sense of peace. And within that peace, there is a great joy. And within that joy, there is love. And at the innermost core of that emotion may be peace or a calm spirit. A popular term today is mindfulness. And that means a mental state achieved by focusing on one's awareness on the present moment. And there is no doubt that mindfulness can play a major part in our lives. And through the state of mind, we can create, resolve disruptions, and find a peace of mind. In essence, mindfulness is about being present, not thinking about the present. And when we are present, we are in our full power to notice our emotional guidance and to own our own thoughts and behaviors. Only then do we have the real opportunity to create and experience the life we choose. So as you move through life today and tomorrow and in the tomorrows, may you now and in the future find the inner strength, joy and courage and patience as you celebrate this wondrous, mysterious gift, the sacred gift of the present. Amen. May we turn in our hymn books if we're going to do that, or we're going to read on the board before us. This next hymn, Wake Now My Senses, page 298 in your book. We're going to sing 3 verses of this hymn. Be now my senses and wake my earth cold. Feel the deep power of being in all. Keep with the web of creation your vow. Giving, receiving, as love shows us how. Raise and life, reach our Lord anew. Children, pilgrim, will quest for the true. Honor the beauty and wisdom of time. Suffer thy limit and praise the blind. Wake now, compassion, give heed to the cry. Voices of suffering fill the wide sky. Take as your neighbor both stranger and friend, praying and striving their hardship to end. Let us be seated. Each and every one of us are privileged with great freedom and power, for which in return we are called to act responsibly. We are blessed to be part of this community of faith and celebration and faith. We are lucky to have shared this time and space together in these present moments, and we are fortunate to have each other. May the spirit of this place and these friends who are in front of us, around us, and near us go with us as we enter this week. Amen.
Yes.